My dear students, now I need you to open the book page 238. Look here. One form of water erosion, it is erosion by rivers, and they are telling you when rivers deposit the materials of the rivers, okay, they form areas called deltas. Delta is when rivers pour their water inside the sea, they form an area, look here, of deposited materials, and the soil here is really fertile with a great amount of nutrients, good for planting trees. We call this area the delta. The Nile River in Egypt, when it pours its water inside the Mediterranean Sea, it forms a triangular area here of deposited materials. It's called the delta. Egypt delta here. Another picture for deltas. This is the Nile Delta and this is the Nile Delta. Okay, go back to the book. Waves. Waves break down materials. They cause weathering, breaking down of materials, right? Make an arrow and write from the weathering, breaking down. And we explained this, how grasses prevent erosion. Go to next page. The last form of water erosion they mentioned for you in the book is glaciers. And here, glaciers, as they move over a long time, they form down a hill, they form a U-shaped valley. And this is the question 4. Now, don't do the math this time. I don't need you for this lesson to do the math. I don't need it this time. Okay, we go next page. Wind erosion. The other form of erosion, we explained water erosion, now wind erosion. Wind erosion, they cause sand dunes. Sand dunes, and I will show you a picture of sand dunes. They are telling you the stronger the wind is, for sure, the farther sand particles can move away. And we have here a challenge question. Why is wind erosion more likely to happen in dry areas than moist areas? Think about it. Dry areas, okay, it is dry. What about sand particles? Are they stuck together or they are away from each other? And in dry lands, do we have more plants or less plants? So in drier areas, the particles of the sand, they move easily, or the soil, they move easily, and there are not as many plants to hold the soil in place as wetlands. What about 6? How could sand dunes be held in place to keep them from drifting onto a road? Now, sand dunes, they are around the roads. How they prevent the sand dunes from drifting, moving to the roads and affect the cars that are moving in the roads? Think about it. What you should do? Can we think of a fence, building fences? Okay, I need you to look at next page, page 241, and here they are telling you that some farmers, they face a problem because their topsoil, they are eroded. Here, wind erosion can be a serious problem for farmers because it will blow the topsoil. And the topsoil is the fertile soil for planting trees. Look here, what did they do? I make it larger. I magnify it, okay. Look here, what did they line their fields with what? Look here, look here. Yes, farmers often plant rows of tall trees along the edges of fields to prevent wind erosion of topsoil. Now, I will send you, you have question 7. This is the answer, question 7, what we just explained. And here, 8, what is one cause of erosion? How can it be prevented? Too much easy for my students, my clever students. How does deposition change Earth's surface? And remember here, delta, sand dunes. You can mention any example.